Uh, Good afternoon, students. In the last class, we have already discussed about production processes, manufacturing processes, assembly processes, primary and secondary processes. Um, all we have discussed then. In today's class, then, I'll discuss about metal casting processes. So, metal casting exactly defined as it is the process of producing a metal object by pouring molten metal into the mold and allow it to solidify. The solidified object it is exactly termed as a casting processes. And this casting technique was invented around 5000 BC to manufacture knives, coins, arrows, statues, etc. This technique was developed during World War II and now can be able to produce casting weighing from few grams, especially nail, watch cases, watch parts, etc., to 50 tons of any complex shapes. Largest cannon in the world situated at Jaigarh Port, Jaipur, weighing of about 50 tons, available in India then. So that's what in where we are standing, you can guess in the technology then. So however then, um, from casting weighing from few grams to casting weighing from 50 tons, weighing of about 50 tons, available at Jaigarh Port, Jaipur. All it is available in India itself. Then you see the what technology competition and how Indians are advanced in what casting processes then. So then coming to the classification of foundries then, the first classification it is based on type of metal or alloy being cast. Accordingly, ferrous foundries and non-ferrous foundries. Ferrous foundries are cast iron, malleable cast iron, bronze and non-ferrous castings are aluminum, copper, magnesium and zirconium, etc. Then second classification, the first classification it is based on the type of metal or alloy being cast. What type of metal you are alloy using it for production of casting, that is exactly classified as ferrous and non-ferrous foundry then. In the second classification, based on nature of work and organizational framework, accordingly, jobbing foundry, production foundry, and captive foundry. Then, you look at this. Then, jobbing foundry, it is jobbing foundry. It is what it is one having a physical plant produces a small number of castings of given kind then. So you look at this then, very small numbers as we already discussed in the job shop production, it is exactly applicable to this then. So accordingly, it is have one having a physical plant produces a small number of castings of given kind then. So then coming to the what mechanized foundry is a highly mechanized shop then, or automated shop, where large number of castings are produced of a given kind then. Nothing but what large number of castings, similar castings in many numbers are producing using what production foundry or mechanized foundry or automotive foundry they call it as. So look at this then. In the jobbing foundry, normally use one or two. So maybe used for what to run the what production. They are producing a what prototype model then, and what using this then they are making analysis. If they find good, then that it is take it for production. Then it will be sent it to the what foundry then. Production foundry. So it is exactly sending many number of it is what for producing many number of similar items in large quantity, you can say this. Then captive foundry is one which is an integral part of some manufacturing company and whose castings are consumed mainly in the products of the parent organization. So exactly, captive foundry is one which is having an integral part of some manufacturing company and whose castings are consumed mainly in the product of the parent organization. example telco then. It means thus they are producing castings for their parent part then. They are not borrowing from outside customers then. They are producing in their foundry, and those they are using it for production of what their items then. That is exactly call it as a what captive foundry. Normally telco is an example for this. Then production foundry, so nearby what Ballari Kirloskar Ferrous Industries Koppal then. Ashok Iron Works Unit 1 and 2 at Belgaum then Ennore Foundry at Tamil Nadu then, Swaraj Foundry at Punjab then, and many other what captive other many other mechanized or production foundries or automotive foundries are available in India then. Then coming to the what as we said we'll what define the what production process then. You look at the picture then. So it is mainly used for melting metal then, left figure then. So here then they are adding scrap, foundry scrap, even then outside scrap, then coke, then any other ingredients, any other alloying elements, they are adding it into the furnace then, and they are boiling to reach a melting point then. Once it is reaching a melting point, then it is ready for pouring then. So by that time then they are preparing a molds then. One it is a cope mold, and another one it is a drag mold then. You look at the picture then, cope and drag they have provided. And these what molds are produced by using patterns. Those patterns, definition, types and allowances all will discuss in the forthcoming topic then. However then, by keeping this pattern in a mold then and filling the sand around the pattern then, they are packing densely, and after that then they are removing what pattern that imprints a pattern contour in the mold, and similarly both half they are producing. Along with the gating elements like what pouring cup, screw down, screw bottom, runner, riser, everything they are what also producing. And if essential, they are keeping a core in the mold then. At the right what side of the what mold you look through then, core they have fixed, that is mentioned with the different color then. That when you pour the molten metal, it completely surrounds then, and it is not allow the what molten metal to fill in this cavity. After solidification, this core they will break removed then it leaving a interior or cavity or recesses in the casting then. That is exactly the what confirmation of the what definition then. Then coming to the what block diagram then. So this is very important for the examination point of view then. So normally it is many times they have asked, or they are asking you to what sketch and explain the steps involved in making casting then, or otherwise sketch and explain the steps involved in casting using a block diagram then. So this you have to write it, or otherwise all figures are important figures which what explain all the steps, you have to write it and explain for 10 marks then. However then you look at the what picture then. Initially, so returns then. So return and sand storage, it is mentioned in the top then. Nothing but what either sand it is collected from the previous cycle of the foundry, or the what new sand they bring it and store in the sand storage plant then. Nothing but what sand they brought here, and they conditioned and they screened and required grain fineness number they are maintained and adding it into the what storage then. So then once it is added then, so all it is sand preparation then again returns nothing but what along with the what sand storage, then the scrap then. So once they produce a casting then, so their brake removed, all runner, riser, fin, projections, everything then, that becomes a foundry scrap then, and they brought it then. So along with this they add coke, then steel shots, then pig iron or any other alloying element they add it, and what they are sending it to the what melting furnace then. So all it is shown in the block diagram then. So once it is reaches a melting point, then they send it to the what analysis. Then there they are checking the metallurgy. Then once it is reached, then a melting point, it is ready for pouring. They will keep ready then. Then from the sand storage, then so they send all these sand to the what sand preparation. Sand preparation nothing but what they are adding what moisture, then clay, then additives, all requirement they are adding based on the uh, percentage of what sand it is required. Then so to condition and obtain the desired property in the what sand. Then so once sand it is prepared, they'll send it for molding. Then so they by the time pattern should be ready. Then so once the patterns are ready, and this what patterns using molds are producing, then and in the same shop itself they are producing core. Then core also consisting a core boxes, so it is made it into two box. Then so both the boxes are locked, then and they are filling sand and they are obtaining the core. Then later they are treating it for what desired hardness in the furnace. Then and core also it is ready. Then once if you prepare both mold by using patterns, and they are sending it for mold assembly, then they are what coating everything they are carrying out, and they are fixing core. Then and once it is filled all necessary requirement, then they close it mold assembly, and it is ready for pouring. Then once it is ready for pouring, then so they are pour the molten metal. By the time it is already ready in the furnace, then they take it into the ladle. Then and from the ladle directly they pour it into the mold. Then after pouring, then they allow it to solidify. Then nothing but about solidification it takes in the what closed mold. Then so once it is solidified, then so both the what mold boxes they open, and they are remove the what mold boxes, and casting they are taking out and send it for petling. Petling it is nothing but what removed all unwanted pins, projections, cores, then runner, riser, everything from the solidified casting. Then nothing but about cleaning and petling both they are carrying out, and along with finishing they are carrying out. Finishing can be carried out in the what shot blasting or sand blasting, depends upon the ferrous and non-ferrous castings. Then so once casting it is accepted after what finishing, then so they are sending it for heat treatment process. Then so here then desired properties can be established over the finished part. Then once it is accepted in the final inspection, then it is sent it for dispatch. Then all these are the what block diagrams used for what defining a casting processes. Then so here also there are steps involved in making castings with a lot of what figures. I'll show you. Then here it is. Then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 like this, all these figures are available. Then so all these explains steps. Then we'll explain all these. Then so as I said, then the first step is what are the steps involved in making casting. It is many times they have asked, I said. Then so you should be care about this. Then so first step it is what pattern making. Then make the pattern of wood, metal or plastic or any other metal. Then second step, then sand mixing and preparation. Then select particular sand, test and prepare the necessary sand mixture for mold and core making, as I said in the block diagram. Then core making with the help of patterns, prepare the mold and required core. Then I'll come to the figure. Then so melt the metal or alloy to be cast and keep it aside. Then pour the molten metal or alloy into the mold and remove the casting from the mold after solidification of the metal. Then finishing, then clean and finish the casting. Then test and inspect the casting and remove the defects if any. Then heat treatment, relieve the casting stresses by using various heat treatment process. Then retesting. Then finally it is ready for pouring, dispatch. So you look at the first step. Then so then molding, it is exactly what define a molding process. Then so look at this. Then So pattern already they have prepared by using wood then, and they have kept in the drag half then. So to produce a drag mold here then. So once they kept in the mold box, then they fill the sand then and ram thoroughly then. It is shown clearly in the figure then. So and at the top then bottom board they fix the sand, it is rammed then densely they what rammed then, and it is ready. And the top of the what mold then the bottom board they kept then. In the third figure then they upside down then, the top bottom board it is come top, and the bottom one it is removed then, and they removed the pattern then. So once it is removed the pattern, then it imprints a what casting to be produced or pattern contour in the mold then. So along with the runner, riser, everything they are producing then. So in the second in the fourth figure you will look through then, riser in the top then, runner, riser, everything they kept then, and they produced in the cope of then, and they assemble both then. In the fifth figure they clearly shown then, and through the pouring cup they are pouring molten metal then and allow it to solidify then. The extra metal it is comes out through the what riser then they stop it then. At the center also they have fix a core then. So then it is what ready for pouring then. So once it is poured then they removed both the hollow then, and petling all other steps they carried out then. So pouring, solidification, then petling, then heat treatment, then finishing, cleaning, then dispatch, everything they are carrying out then. So in that way they are producing casting then. So these processes are already familiar with you then. So casting is one of the most versatile manufacturing process then. Any type of what shape you can able to produce. That's what it is called it as a what most versatile manufacturing process. It provides the greatest freedom of design in terms of shape, size, and quality of product. So greatest freedom nothing but what in the machine design you have a specific procedure then. In this case then it is a free from design of terms of shape, size, and quality of product then. For example then it is not restricted here you have to fix a what riser runner, here you have to produce a runner, here you have to provide a parting line like this. So it is free from all design aspect. Casting provides uniform directional properties and better vibrational damping capacity to the cast product. So uniform directional property is nothing but what once it is solidified then you cut the part at anywhere then and subjected to the what metallurgical test then. So the test will give results in almost all the cutted section then. That's what it provides unidirectional property. You at one corner, at bottom, at side you can cut and subject then properties will be similar throughout the part then. So and also it is a better vibration damping capacity of the nothing but what shocks, vibrations are absorbed by the casted parts then. That's what casting process it is mainly used for what production of all base parts then, wherever damping and vibration capacity you need it then. Then complex and uneconomical shapes which are difficult to produce by other process can be easily produced by the casting process then. Complex and uneconomical nothing but what. So you if at all if you want to produce a very large part, you cannot able to hold such a part in the lathe or any other machine then, but that can be easily formed in the mold and you can able to produce such a huge part then. Pipes, then bed houses, all it is of similar type then. Then a product obtained by casting is one piece, hence there is no need of metal joining. So only one piece you will obtain then, need not obtain many more parts and assemble them. Then heavy and bulky parts which are difficult to get fabricated may cast. So many number of casted parts you are not able to at one stretch you can produce a very huge part then. It also produces machinable parts then. All parts are machinable after solidification. Casting processes can be mechanized and generally used for mass production of components. So because you are following the sequence of steps then, so all steps are followed one after the other then you can easily mechanize then. That is what mechanized foundries are finding more in the India to produce a large number of castings of a given kind then. So then disadvantages needs many trials then. Normally whatever the casting process it may be then it needs trials then. At one trial, at two trial, it is not able to what streamline then. Deals with elevated temperature because molten metal normally heated above the what melting point then deals with elevated temperature then. Design of products changes difficult to change then. It is a very disadvantage of the what casting process then, because any design changes in the next or forthcoming days then it is a difficult to adopt in the casting process, because all sequential steps you have to change it, and it is difficult to what change as and when it is essential then. So then disposing dangerous gases, normally hot gases like sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and hydrogen, carbon, all it is disposing then those are all harmful to the personnel who are working in foundry and produces a health hazards then. Good surface, poor surface finish then. Normally casting will never produce a good surface finish then, because sand ingredients may be burn off at elevated temperature, then unable to what impart a good surface finish. High investment because lot of sequence steps then, all what pattern, then what mold boxes, furnace are costly then, high investment then. Mechanized, that's a PLC controlled or automated, it is involves high investment then. So then lengthy process then, lot of sequential steps are involved, it is a lengthy process then, more manpower then for each and every steps then, more than one personality is required then. In some processes many numbers are required, many peoples are required then, manpower required is more than required more floor space then, although more floor space then, because all operations you cannot carry out in a specified area then. Large sand mixture, mold what filling and some other tools tackles you can keep it then, personal who have to work around then. So for that reason then you need a what large floor then. So limitations regarding thin sections, very thin sections it is difficult to produce by what casting processes, but nowadays by using advanced casting techniques then you can able to what produce a what thin section then. Coming to the application then, a few applications of casting are given below then. Transportation vehicle then, in automobile engine parts, tractor parts, chassis, large parts wherever high damping vibration capacity, rigidity you need it, all transportation vehicles you have to produce by casting process. Machine tool structures, it is especially need a what rigidity and damping capacity. Turbine mains and power generators, stiffness and toughness you need it, because they rotate at very high speed then. Mill housing then very heavy because they have to carried out a huge load then pump, filter and valve then highly complex, then special metallurgy because they react with chemicals and water then. So if you add what corrosive resistant and chemical resistance in the what molten metal, all properties you can obtain. Railway crossings and aircraft jet engine blades, railway even then tracks, crossings, jet engine blades, all you can produce then. So agriculture parts then and sanitary fitting then, construction, communication and atomic energy applications, all you need it then. So for that then you will find a wider applications in the what nowadays in the industry then. So this is exactly the what ಮೂವತ್ತು ನಿಮಿಷ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ. however then after discussing about what advantages, disadvantages, steps involved in casting, everything then pattern making it is also a very important step then. However then this will discuss in the next class then, but for clarification and introduction I will give you then. Pattern is a mold forming tool in the hands of foundry man then. With pattern is always defined as a model or replica of the object of a cast or casting then. Pattern exactly resembles the casting to be made except for the various allowances. So for example, pattern will provide allowances, but casting will not provide them. If one object has to be CAD, then also pattern is required. Then one for one part and many numbers you need a what pattern. Then it is a model or form around which the sand is packed to give rise to the what cavity called a mold cavity, in which molten metal is poured and the casting is produced. Then as I said, then how to produce what a mold by using pattern. Then once if you procure the pattern from the pattern maker, then that it is kept in a mold box, as we already discussed in the first step of the what casting steps. Then so you have already prepared a sand by adding a ingredients, then moisture, then what mm, 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 all other ingredients, moisture, then along with the bentonite, that is a clay we are adding. Then they are conditioning the sand, and required properties they are obtaining. Such a sand, it is providing a homogeneous mixture, that it is filled around the what pattern, then under ram thoroughly. Then once if you ram thoroughly, then they are inverting the mold boxes and removing the pattern. Then so while you are removing pattern, then care should be taken. So at the time you are not supposed to what shake or lift suddenly. Then but with care if you remove, then it will not damage. Then so hence you will get a what good mold. Then this what pattern it is provided with the allowances, same thing it is reproduced in the mold. Then either it may be contract or expand the what mold. Then so that is already required or essentially required to produce a sound casting. Such a mold it is produced by the what pattern. Then however, then we'll stop at this point. Then so say similar things and the same thing will continue in the next class. Then so thank you. Good day then. So be safe, then be safe, stay at home. Then um, um, stay at home, then use sanitization, avoid what social distance you maintain, then mask wear. Nowadays corona become critical day by day. Then I hope you will follow all and stay safely at home. Then good day, thank you then.